Rightio, how's it going, people? This morning we are in the friggin' central Queensland. Ew! Now it's spring, it's already 18 degrees, actually no, it's about 24 degrees right now. Jumped right up real fast. We're climbing Lord's Table. This big bastard over here. Now, this is on the side perspective, so you can't exactly see the table, you kind of can. It's curving around. So we're actually going to climb from the other side. Apparently that's the way to do it. A few people have got a few different tracks of doing this. But yeah, this is the end of it. And we're aiming to get to the far other end of it. And then we'll come back. So basically we're going for the middle of the saddle. And I don't know how you're going to get up that. That's a pretty gnarly rock climb. I don't think you're going to get on top of that last bit, but the other end, it naturally, once we get closer you can see it, the other end naturally kind of just pushes you up to a awesome little bluff. So yeah, should get some good views. It's 8:30 in the morning and I swear by the time we get up and down it's probably already going to be 30 degrees. It's going to jump up pretty fast, I reckon, in the temperatures. So we've got a national park gate here. Now some other people have done it from further over and come in over here and then walked up. I don't know, that seems to be private property. This seems to be easier anyway because it's technically closer. It says there's walking access only, but yet people drive in. Sneaky. Well, we probably could drive in. They're not really coming to check. We're pretty in the middle of nowhere. I think with this track has got a bit of flagging tape, but the goal is, I think there's multiple ways to kind of get up it, but the goal for us is we're going around to the left and we're looking for a dry creek when we're going to go up. So that's kind of like the easy access up the middle of the saddle. I think that's easier because this side here looks more like the cliff. There's the bluff we're aiming for. So yeah, cool, eh? See you up here. So even though it's technically one mountain, this far end, this bit we're looking at here, it's actually got a name called Anvil Peak. And yeah, that's a near vertical little fucking crown, so I don't know about what the other side looks like, but it looked like it was much the same when I saw it from driving. The mountain, the Lord's Table, is 745 metres, and we're already starting at 480 metres right now, so the Central Highlands is high. So it's only about an elevation of 300 metres to get up, but yeah. I don't know if we start going off track here to cut closer to it. Seems like we should, or maybe follow this road around. Probably just follow the road to see what the dealio, as long as we don't go too far away from the mountain. We'll be fine. Now this mountain across the road here, I don't know, doesn't seem to have a name, but I'm sure it should have a name. It's in this Peak Downs region. We'll have a little phone tower right there. We've got some reception, which is good. The goal today was supposed to be at Blacktown Tablelands, but guess what? Just drove 8 hours from Brisbane and it's closed for a fire apparently. So word of warning, don't just assume because it's spring things will be okay. Apparently fire season already begun. So that screwed up the day. So now we've got a slightly more later start for this one. The goal was I wanted to start this at like 6 AM tomorrow. After I've had a full day of Blacktown and got here and camped out and I was ready for sunrise. So it's fucked everything up because I didn't get my sunrise here this morning. Couldn't get a sunrise at Tablelands because I couldn't even get up there. And yeah, and now I'm just starting with, later day because I wanted to do 4 peaks in one day tomorrow, which is now technically today, if we can still do it. So the goal is to do the other 3, Wolfgang Peak and Castor and Pollux, which are all pretty close together. They've all got quote unquote trails, but yeah, like it's going to get damn hot by the end of the day once they get up the other ones, but see how we go. Hopefully not too humid. Okay, so yeah, definitely driving around here would have helped. In a way, there's a bit of tyre tracks. People probably just do it anyway. I don't think paths coming out. There's nothing to maintain. There's no infrastructure. Not coming to clean toilets or anything, so Anyway, so once we find our way in, hopefully we start to see some remnant of a track to get in. Alright, so as I'm coming around, you start to understand that the other section is quite a bit of a rock slab as well. So again, not just easily walked, up straight on top of it. Yeah, that's crazy. So if I get a bit further in, the trees are going to start covering it up. But there's a gap between both the saddle, and it's quite steep. Look at that. It's like sheer vertical. There's no way. But it seems like people do this in two ways. They do the main Lord's Table from further down, and they shoot up under this creek that we're looking for, which I believe is that part of the hike. And there may be another creek here, but it looks like there's a natural spur going up here, but then you're still going to get stonewalled for the Anvil Peak. You can't see the trees now, but you're still not going to be able to get on top of it the other bit. It's still going to, I think it's still going to trap you. You maybe baby can get through that a little bit there. There's no guarantees. So what we're going to do, we're going to go down and try and do this main part first, and we'll come back. We maybe have to reattempt to go back up and get up on there. And if we can't get up on there, I might even just try and do a walk around the whole cliff line, which would be pretty cool. It'll take some time, but better to go around the cliff line than not get on top at all. So that's our end goal. So we've got quite a ways. So yeah, probably should have just drove in here, eh? See, there was another way to go for the farm paddock over here, and then it turns and it joins back to this road. It kind of loops. So it looks like people had drawn a line where they've walked it, or they have actually driven it as well. But I didn't think you were going to get much closer, because if you're going to walk this part we're on now, you would have had to walk from way over there, even though you're in, but you still got to walk back because it wasn't just here. So either way, it was about the same distance. So I don't know, comment how you do it and whatever. There's a couple of videos of this and the other peaks, but they're not really self-explanatory. Shout out to the people that have done it, but I mean, there was one video with two chicks, and not to put them down, but they were just like, oh, we just followed a creek bed, we nearly got lost, luckily we saw someone on the way, and really don't explain much about really the whole entry. They just kind of just rush through to the end of getting up there. And there was another bloke that had a video on Wolfgang Peak, same thing. He just kind of, oh yeah, there's some arrows you can follow, there's white arrows and there's red arrows, and yeah, maybe one's easier than the other, and then just figure out your way, and then you'll get up. And then I messaged the bloke, I'm like, okay, well, which arrows were easier, the white or the red? And he's like, I don't remember, just do it. I'm just like, if you're gonna upload a video, mate, to show people, and they want to educate them on how to do it safely and easy, and give us your tips, mate. If you don't remember, okay, fine, but surely you'd have some recollection, like, oh yep, we followed the red ones, but we got screwed around, but we ended up back on the white ones and it was easy. Like, that's what I wanted to hear. Not just like, oh, just do it. Anyway, we will just do it, that's what we're doing. Yeah, see, I don't think you could even get up that. There's a little tiny break in that cliff. That's still near vertical fucking rock climb, I think. If we can even still go around that rim, but it'll be cool. We'll see how we go. I think they just climbed to the saddle actually of that. But it was supposed to be a track in, but I wasn't seeing nothing. So yeah, they definitely go up the middle of that gully between them. Maybe they just call that their viewpoint and they're happy for that. But there's three ways marked on these lines for the way to go in. That's one of them. And it's actually is quite long, because look, it goes right around to there. That was where I thought was the end goal, but we'll see. Seems like most people just kind of shoot up the middle, somewhere over here. I think, oh, maybe it's not this gully. Maybe it's between the end of the other one. It's hard to know. Oh well, I'm sure we'll see some sign or something soon. There's a few footprints here. Clearly someone has done it in near recent times. Then again, probably hasn't rained for ages either, so it still could be 6 months ago. There's another gully there. I didn't see any flagging tape, so we'll continue on. It's pretty nice, even just walking on this road to start with. That looks really epic. But that's a real natural ups for sure. You can get on that end once you're up there. We'll see, we'll see. Alright, so another person's track is going straight into here, which looks some sort of achievable, but then I can't see you getting on top of the cliff walls up there. Not easily. Unless someone was just lost or trying to find a way up. Who knows what these tracks that I've got. And the bulk of the tracks is coming up. So there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tracks all close together where people have recorded. And that seems to be the one we're going to focus on trying first. Still a bit further around. Like I said, it's going to be somewhere over there, so we'll see. Now I think there's 3 peaks on the horizon. I think the far right one is Wolfgang Peak. So nice and pointy. And they recommend doing that in the late afternoon because it gets so hot now. Even though it's spring, I said it's already going to be 30 degrees by lunchtime here. Yeah, it's going to suck because we're going to be there in the middle of the day. Not ideal, but it's the way the time has worked out with this. Yeah, anyway, let's try and get up this bastard first before we worry about that one. Now we're curving quite a bit. I dare say it's going to be somewhere here to shoot up that saddle. We're looking for a creek. I haven't seen any dry creek that's really accessible. That's going to be the easiest point, somewhere just here. Let's see if we look at the map again. Alright, so we're at the very first line pretty much, and there's a real faint track here, so we're going to follow this. There may be another better track with the flagging tape down there, but we'll just entertain this for now because it seems to be in the right direction anyway. Cool. Let's just start heading up. The prickly pear cactus. Here's the dry creek they're talking about. So they follow this, so this is where we might curve. Yeah, righto. That they just took a shortcut out, that's what that is. Okay. Now they have crossed here. Maybe they follow this side for a little bit and then they go in the creek. Either way, that's weird. Their track's going away from them. Maybe it goes and touches the creek again. Let's follow this track. Not too bad so far. I was expecting it to be like full bush bash, but I think we have remnants or something. I spoke too soon. Already turned to shit. Okay. I'm still on one of the tracks. Just follow your nose. Yeah. Oh, grasshopper just flew into my stomach at full speed. Thanks, mate. Alright. See up here. I'm not sure what this rock is, but it's pretty fucking interesting. So look, it's got like little indentations. Look at this part here, like it's just been like, I don't know, sawn off something. But it looks like coral. It doesn't look like quartz. It's just a bit clear. It's blown me away. I've never seen it before. Shout out in the comments. You know what it is. Maybe I should have took it. Well, maybe it's there. We find a way back by miracle. It's a sign to take it home. Alright, so you'll come over. We hit another creek. This is probably why it's confusing people, because there's multiple creeks. Now we have a look at this, a much more obvious track. So this is probably, if you follow it out, we probably just took a shortcut. Oh, that's alright. Sweet. Hopefully it's going to work really well now. This looks very discernible. And it already splits into 2. Thanks. Fucking hell. Why is there 2 ways? I guess the people are just walking side by side. I don't fucking know. Rightio. Well, yeah. Creek's turning. And our track's going away from our gyre line of someone's walk. Really confusing. There's too many multiple ways. Problem is no one's made one discernible track. Unless here this is another one's, this could be someone else's exit. They could be trying to curve around to get out. I think we just follow the creek as per the tip. Seems logical anyway. creek's going to be a natural path, less snaky. Yeah. Alright, see he's up here. Oh, I don't know. I started crossing out of the creek because it looks like their track's still further over and there could be one more gully. Could be the actual creek they walk, I don't know. There's just a multitude of potential little tracks here. So look, I'm kind of on something here. We'll follow this, see if it hits another gully, then we'll know. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to get closer to this recorded track from someone. Still not even on their track. Not on any of the lines. There's 6 fucking lines. I'm not on none of them. Alright, I'm just trying to keep pushing towards it. See if we have some luck. Alright, so I kept cutting over. Found yet another creek. I'm pretty much on his line now, nearly. His line's up the spur there. So yeah, you can either walk the spur in the grass or walk in this creek where it's more rocky, you can see. It's funny why they chose that anyway. Aaron will be there. I think he cuts in the creek just here anyway, from the lines. Righto, I think I made the right choice. Right, I see up here around a big boulder. So we're already getting some views of the outlook out there. So we're on the pretty much western side, almost south, which is good because being the morning, it's got a slight bit of shade here. I'm already sweating, but compared to doing in the afternoon on this one, the sun would be behind us. So yeah, this is working good for that reason. Well, nearly there. These are good. So the grass is long, itchy, and the flies are starting to get to me. But let's keep going. There's a weird bird, but now he's been quiet. He's like, ew, ew. Alright. So I've crossed over to yet another creek. Still kind of on his lines. See if we can funnel through this or up it. It's a bit dense there, I don't really see people going that way. Let's go around this tree and see if it becomes obvious. I think we go on that chute there. Creek's splitting this little extra branch here. That makes sense. It's a bit hard to really tell the way, honestly. This is really just a maze. So, look, I understand that it's hard to give perfect instructions, but yeah, someone should really flag this. Surely I would have come across some flags by now, but no, I haven't. Anyway, on will we go. Well, I don't know about this creek we're supposed to follow because it just kind of kept pushing me left with the track and trying to follow the other track on here on the map. But anyway, look, we're on a little discernible trail now. We're up against the cliff face. So it was a bit of a false summit. As you're coming up before earlier, it looked like you were just going to plateau this, but you're not, as you can clearly see. That's a hardcore chimney rock climb right there. But that's okay because that's not where we're going. We're going to push around the side here. This is where the track takes us into this next gully, which seems to be probably the other creek. So we'll probably go out that way. Seems this way was a bit fucking bizarre. Maybe it's just people trying to figure it out, like me. But then again, I cut in early because I thought their track was right. Already got epic views. Just look at it. Little lone wolf, that's why it's probably called Wolfgang. Nah, I think Wolfgang's the last name because it's called the area of Wolfgang, way out there. Anyway, we'll push around here and hopefully our creek will get us up. We can't see, I think it's trapped in this corner, but clearly that part there is not climbable, but this is our last shot, so we'll see if it's going to work. Now, there's a couple of birds around, there's a currawong just over there as well, but when they don't make a noise, it is so quiet here. It's a magpie in the distance now, but when there's gaps when there's no birds, it's just incredible. So there's no wind at the moment. They reckon they do get a bit of wind on Wolfgang over there. This is the time of day and whatever. That one lone cloud living its best life. A few cicadas, but just earlier, as soon as I try and show you, the insects make noise. But before, it was just like eerily still. You could tell you really are remote here. Alright, let's get going. Look at that, that's fucking gnarly. I've got another crazy chimney as well. If you're into your crazy climbing, come fucking try that. Not for me. It's supposed to be a cave on top as well we're going to find. We'll see how cool that is. And yeah, it's definitely going to be a view, we know that. So it's definitely going to not be for nothing. Well, we are in full shade now, which is nice. Luckily the sun's not high enough to be over us. So one advantage of walking along this wall and get up here earlier, because we're still going to try to cut in and shoot, but one advantage is, yeah, we explored the wall a bit, which is interesting. There's a mini cave there. Looks like water comes through with that piss. Don't know. Now, I wonder if you get any waterfalls here in the summer, maybe. There's quite potential. A lot of cracks of water can run down. Maybe this part over here looks a bit darker. Looks like this is where the creek is too. Oh, the first bit of rubbish. Fucking water bottle. It's a bit sad. People lose their fucking shit. How hard is it to hold onto your bottle, eh? Wow, that's a waterfall. That'd be gnarly. It'd only be in full rain because there's not much up there for the water to run off. It would be like, as it's raining, it's a waterfall. I'm going to try. I can't really carry this bottle right now, but I'm going to try Crystal Springs from South Australia. You fucking South Australians. Yeah, I'll try and carry it. We'll see how we go. That's crazy. There's a tree growing out of the side. Alright, keep going. It looked like someone did try and climb one of those chimneys back there with one of the guy lines. We have another little track here, which looks possibly achievable, but still fucking gnarly. However, track keeps going around. There's a bit of flagging tape for second, and thirdly, I can see there the guy tracks someone's recorded have gone up a bit more profusely over here. So let's just go with the track and not trust the faint trail just there. So it's probably possible, but let's go where the obvious, probably easier way is. Yeah, some more flagging tape. So I don't know where the flagging tape fucking started, but we found some. Took them the whole way up the mountain before it begun. Yeah, anyway, onward. Looks like someone's taking another exit down this way, which is probably doable. There's another possible up here as well. I'm a bit far back to show you now, but let's get closer. It's not our way yet, but we'll see what their way is, but this is probably doable. If we're up through there, or up and around that maybe, if you can get the last part. But again, flagging tape and our track goes further, so let's just keep going. If it's even easier than that, then why struggle? It's already hot and hectic enough to get up here. Don't make it too crazy if you don't have to. Yeah, this is much more worn here, so I wonder if we try and follow this flagging tape out, how that's going to go for us. I've ditched the bottle back there, so I can come back the same way. I'm thinking I will. There's a cave. No, that's not it. It's a cave, but it's not the cave. It's a random little slot in the wall. Huh. I wonder if that's the way just there. Let's have a look at this cave a bit closer. Probably bats living here. Being in the Capricorn area, they like the humidity. And it's got a hole. A little hole. Look at that from a sick perspective. I dare say we're going to walk along that if we can. That's going to be grouse. What a cool spot. It's going to be awesome fun right above us getting that angle. Wow, loving it. Alright, so just about 2 metres past the little cave. Here's our way up. You can see here's much easier. This is where the track goes up with everyone's recorded line. So let's do it. Last part of the journey. Must have missed the flagging tape because look, I've climbed back to the right. You can go right up that chute, which you could do. I've come over here and I've seen a bit of a track with the tape, so it's going to be up for here. Take your pick. This was 1 degree easier to go around this way. Let's pay to really suss your route. This random crack to get up, this is crazy. I don't want to be a big guy getting through here. I'm going to climb up these rocks. Fuck, I can barely squeeze through. Jesus, it was crazy. I literally just walked through that barely. Oh, what a mission. Sun's coming back, which means we're nearly there. Someone's bringing some firewood. That is a chopped piece of wood. 100%. Maybe someone brings some wood over fire and camp up here. Fuck, carrying the firewood up here, keen. That's where they lost a piece on the way. They probably only bring a few pieces. Epic. Little outcrop here. That's pretty sick. I'm going to find that cave next. Somewhere over the other side. Wow, we fucking got here. Look at that epicness. Oh yeah, that is fucking cool. So yeah, you can't really get up that other bit, so I don't think there's really any point to go around it. I mean, this is the same thing, get up over here anyway. I just don't know why they have another name for that other end. Probably because it is so discernible. Even though it splits, but it's still joined. Alright, let's get up. Alright, we got up here, found the treasure box. Someone made this and it's fucking heavy duty. There's a beer, that's great. Looks very, yeah, exploded. That's the problem, you leave a beer in the sun in a fucking box, she's gonna fucking lose the air. Waterfall, first aid, VB, treasure. In case you've got a headache and wanna fucking whatever. I remember these from school, the old colourful pen. If someone seriously draw boobs, that is hilarious. Nice place for a shag. Well, if you shagged, I hope you had fun. Wow, the old Cub Scout fucking, what you call, Moraramba. Good on them. Well, I should have brought some treasure to put in here. Shell. Band-aids, pencil, tampons, because you're having that time of the month and you're on the mountain. A book that's been ripped apart. An ice cream container from 1970. Fire paper. Nah. Squashed fucking coin. No spiders. Oh, there's a cricket in there. I don't know if someone put him in there or we just found his way in. Okay. Well, cricket's out. He's like, freedom! Oh, let's sign the boob book. It was great, really good. Made it up without tripping. That's great. 12 years old. That's cute. "67 years old did this, and 60. Good on them. Fucking good on yous." Right, we're going to sign the book and we're going to What colour should we use? Let's use purple. If purple will work. Apparently it doesn't. Blue it is. Alright, so it took about an hour and a half to get up here. So I reckon there's a really sick view straight ahead, so we're going to go to that first. We'll see if there's any track to take us around to the right, or sorry, to the left. Cave is to the right, somewhere over there. Must be like a hole in the ground sort of cave, because there can't be much more cliff because we're on top of it. Quite a long, wide top, eh? Kind of wider than you think. Yeah, we've got ages to go over there. Fucking hell, it's like a whole plateau. It's a shame because this could hold some water, maybe, because that waterfall was dry, but yeah. See how we go. Haven't seen any SNAKESs yet. Don't even want to say it. But I dare say they're going to be here. A little bit of shade is nice actually, like I'm surprised. I thought I'd get up here and just be bare rock on top. I didn't realise it was going to be trees and grass and a full really wide plateau. I didn't really study that much. I suppose I can see it on the map now, but yeah. I'm already losing the track. So there's a track going left which is not even on my lines. I think he's going that way. Let's curve around. Yeah, I'm debatable if I want to knock out all these peaks today, because one, it gives me something to do on the drive up, to do one of these peaks each trip I come up. Maybe I should save them. Debatable. I'm going to go to Unjalla next, and then next year I'll probably come to Unjalla again and be like, oh, I could do another peak. Yeah, I'll see how I feel afterwards. But it's definitely getting warm, and I would like to spend some shady creeks with rainforest. So yeah, disappointingly I tried to go back down as I said this morning, and it closed for fires. So it's fucking annoying. Anyway, I don't really see any fires, but I guess they're far off a distance. Maybe there is a bit of smoke from them. If we go up that far end, or this other far end, that should narrow a bit the plateau, if I look at this correctly. It's pretty wide the whole way. Well, at least we get a view to the north and east this way. Pretty much walking east is that way. That's pretty much where we need to go anyway. Follow this around. Get views off the other side. I wonder if anyone has figured out a way to get off the other side or climb the other side. If they have, I don't know, but it seems all the tracks coming from this other southwestern. Fuck, this is huge, this plateau. It's almost like you feel like you're on land. Come on, we've climbed up something to get here. But yeah, we're at 738, so it's about the highest point. It was supposed to be 747, I got told. Wow. There's a bottle tree there too. That's fucking good if you need water. I just noticed that behind us. I've never seen, like, has someone ever drilled into a bottle tree and seen water just gush out? Is that how it works? I should look for a YouTube video on that one. Opening storage tree. They'll be like, no, you wasted all the water, and the tree just dies like you move in a week. Who knows? Okay, so we're way off the lines. It was somewhere over this way. Well, I was following something that looked like a line. Apparently not. We'll try and follow his track, because why not? Probably doesn't really matter. Probably all lead to the same place. Definitely dry up here. A little dead grass. Still not on his track, especially way over here. Alright, I think I can see where we're going to. This for a little crop spot. Oh, that's sick. This is where we're going. That's fucking epic. It looks like this could be another top of a waterfall. Looks like a bit of a creek. Wow. I like tops of waterfalls there as well, so it's a bonus. Epicness, holy fuck, eh? This full on. Fucking high. What's funny is that this edge of the cliff is actually the edge of the national park. So behind me is national park, and going down this way, it's called Lord's Table Conservation Area. Like what? Well, you couldn't want to conserve to both sides of a national park. You're like, can't afford it. Oh, look at that epic fucking side cliff. Can't afford it, just reckon this side's conservation. Because we care about it a little bit. And this side's national park. Wow, this is crazy. What an epic spot. Look at that track coming in there. Bring it. Reminds me of the old fucking QR fucking like Sunlander Outback brochure they used to have. You know, like the train line was just winding through the desert from a high point. That is crazy. So it don't look that steep, but you're definitely not getting up this side, so I don't think it's possible. I think we found the weakest link to get up here. So we should go for a little explore along that edge. I don't want to go up the other end. May as well, even though his trail didn't go up there, but yeah, it's no point rushing to the other peak. It's better off spending more time enjoying this one. Prickly pear, looks pretty dead on that side. I'm not quite sure of these other peaks. I think they're no names, these little ones. There's a few more in the area, like there's browns and stuff. I don't know which one is which without pointing them out on the map, but I'll have a look at it in a minute. Blue sky, pretty hot. Not too bad, but I mean, yeah, you definitely wouldn't want to do this in summer. He'd fucking kill you. Alright, let's go cruise around. Alright, so yeah, these immediate little hills that I think they have a name as far as I see. A little bit of wind now, it's nice. So way over in the distance over there, I believe this is Mount Phillips. Is that bigger dome? There's some other peaks way off in the distance, but I don't think we can see them. There's Campbell Peak, Walker's Peak. There's somewhere over that right hand side. Over this way we have Mount Donald, which might be this half sloped one, I don't know. And then to the right of it there's two other ones. Red Hiding Hood, I don't know which one that is, can't really point it out. And then beyond that, a bit to the right again, there was one more I saw here. What the fuck is it? Oh, the rainforest bird. Surprised there's no rainforest down there. Mount Walker, somewhere over the left. So yeah, anyway, that's what I can figure out. But I'm pretty confident that's Phillips, if anything. Or Phelps, I think it's Phillips. I'm just walking along what we call it's called the scenic rim up the mountain. There's a faint trail. We even know that the guy lines no one's recorded this bit, but I don't know why you wouldn't walk and explore a bit further. But anyway, people definitely have, obviously. As long as we get a discernible edge to walk and don't have to go for thick grass, it'll be good. Wow, look at this curvature. It's nice. What a drop. It's nice to tick this one off because it's just so remote. And wow, look at that. Oh, this could be a shallow cave in the side of that wall. It's just good to do things differently, and if it means you've got to be 8 hours from 10 hours from home, then that's the way it is. It drops in a bit of a gully there, so we'll go around this. This could be another possible creek in wet season. It's a bit easy going down this way. Yeah, far climbing through all that. There's definitely that little water runoff. Not much of a creek on top, maybe there. It's crazy country. There's a random slab of rock, hey. It's a bit closer to that. Wind is nice and deserved. It's not too windy, which is good. It's not extreme windy. I was on the edge of the Blue Mountains the other day and that was fucking extreme. Looking over the Gross Valley, the wind was almost like going to blow you off. That's how hectic it was. Can't get much closer from there, but it's going to be a big hole, I think. Crossing another bit of rock here, which would be another creek. Let's see if we can get it. We've cut in a bit here, but let's see if we can get some edge view of this one. Curious to see if it is a nice waterfall drop off. That's crazy. There's that slot canyon I was pointing out. Oh, I think it is anyway. Creep to the edge. And definitely could be a waterfall. You need a lot of rain, but pump that. Wow. Alright, well, we made it up this far end. Look at that for a chimney. Crack that. Pretty open little spot here. So a bit hard to get off this, but yeah, you could keep going around further, but I don't think it's possible off this edge. You have to be super crazy. Flies are not horrendous. They're not Darwin horrendous. Darwin's flies in summer, oh my god, you literally cannot even get 2 seconds to yourself. Yeah, they're following me, but they're not. I can just deal with it. I'm just going to creep to this edge a little bit more. Yeah, see, it's not that far down, it's just hard to get off this fucking cliff. Oh. Got a bit of beauties around that way, the other cliff. It's almost like a giant fucking skate park. You're just gonna go meow up the tabletop jump, meow over this fucking little bowl thing, meow, and up this fucking crazy mountain. Alright, let's keep trying to push around, see if we can find a way around, try and make up, and then try and find this cave. We'll see if we go at the other end. Something fucking died here. I wonder if it was a wallaby. He fucking climbed his way up, and for some reason couldn't find his way back down. He was thirsty, and he just fucking laid there with heat exhaustion and died, and then the birds have just picked him apart. It's pretty crazy. There was a bit of wallaby poo up here, so they do find a way. Either that or it's rabbits, but I don't think it's rabbits. Alright, so we're just trying to push our way around, see how we go. Pretty gnarly bits of cliff that just hang out. It's really cool. Alright, so we're nearly back around to the side we started on, and then we still got to crisscross around to find this cave, so see how it goes. Okay, so I'm on the other far corner basically of the far end. We're just curving around. We're starting to see those first walls we saw. Oh, we've still got a tree blocking us here. The first walls when we first come up, because we come up a bit further, probably around after this bit of cliff face, so yeah. See how far we get up to the other end. We're curving right in again to go around. But this is pretty fucking cool, eh? You can really see the length of the walls. Fucking gnarly. Wow. That's a really cool perspective. It's really worth taking the time and doing the lap of this, eh? Yeah, there's no fucking way you get on the end of that anvil. We'll try and get to the end. We'll get as close as we can to the anvil. We may as well do the big loop, the big lap. And we'll double back around. I probably shouldn't have bothered cutting through where I did. I should have just started my lap, but oh well, I got excited, just cut through. I cut through to where I saw someone had pinned the views were there, but obviously you can get views all along the whole edge. It's fucking crazy. It's going to take some time, probably about an hour to walk around that, I reckon. Anyway, it'll be worth it. This fucking curve is so sick. Got to really take it in before we basically walk out of it, and then we can't see it anymore. Crazy. So fucking gnarly. I don't think I've even walked tabletop this long before. Well, I mean, if you count like Burnham Range and stuff, Bow Desert, but it's nowhere near as cool. This is way more dramatic. Yeah. So I've still got a bit of a faint track here, which is good. Now if the scouts come up here, maybe this is a fucking scout walk. So it'd be pretty sick, come up here late afternoon, camp out, see the stars, have a fire. So you've walked up in the cool evening, wake up, get your sunrise, your sunsets, wake up early and go down early before you hit the sun. So that would be the best way to do this. Anyway, I don't count on doing it that way. Well, I just found some ribbons and a rock stack. Looks like you go down this way, another way. Ribbon, and then it looks like there's kind of a track on down that, but fucking hell. I don't know about that, buddy. Just a bit gnarly. Or maybe this is the end of the ribbon track. You come this far and you turn around again. They don't expect you to walk the whole way. I don't know. But we're not back at the start yet, because we're not back at the metal box. So I know we've still got a bit further to go. It's still right around, probably after that fucking bigger rock wall. Well, anyway, I don't know what it's about. Like, they're different colour ribbons anyway, so again, someone else's fucking journey. That's the problem. Someone's mapped a different way. Yeah, the ribbons just end, so I feel like they were trying to push you down, but I don't know why else you do a rock can. I'm not saying an easy way off that, but anyway, I don't care. We'll go back down the way we come once we finish our big loop. There's a wallaby scat I've been talking about. Yeah, this tree is so fibrous, it's bizarre. Anyway, what it is. Alright, so we've crossed where we started with the metal box and we've kept coming around. Really epic view looking back where we just were. So we've got another, this is a little creek, this will be a waterfall. I'm pretty sure we were at the base of this when we first come around. So we'll try and go to the edge and see if we can see anything. But yeah, I dare say this is where I was below and I was like, oh, I reckon this is a waterfall. Well, it will be in torrential fucking rain. This is definitely top tier of a creek. Woohoo! Oh yeah, she would fucking be cool. It'd be a hot, humid, wet fucking day to come in for this. But at least you don't have to go, well, you don't have to really climb it, you just go to the base and go out again. But start super early is what I would do. I'd start at fucking 5 AM in the peak of summer if you want to see this to flow, if it even holds water for even really fucking that long. If you even get that much rain here, I don't think you even do. Even in summer it probably still fucking drizzles, if that. Alright, let's keep going. It's crazy. It's another crazy bit of rock wall on this side. There was one on the other side as well, pretty much nearly opposite, I reckon. So we're going to go to the cave at the end because we're going around this side first and the cave I think is more on the other side, so it's all good. Still got a ways to go. I didn't map the kilometres, but it's probably about a K or two. Alright, well, I heard a wallaby in the bush and then I actually just saw a big one. It was quite dark brown, nearly black. It was bizarre, really different colour I'm not used to. Looks like he's full sunburnt. Alright, around we go. He bounced in this direction, then we'll see him again. I started this hike at about 8:30 and it's nearly 12 now, so it's killed a bit of time. That's because I'm doing the full lap, but it definitely feels very warm and it's only spring. So like I say, if I had my way, if I knew Blacktown was going to be closed, I would have come straight here last night. I mean, I still could have came here, but I was already like, when I'd already driven there, and it's kind of like, arguably already kind of a slight detour. I didn't want to drive 2 more hours, it was already 9 o'clock at night. But yeah, arguably it would be better to get here and camp and start this at like literally daybreak at 6. Extra 2 hours, I'd be finished by now. Except I'm still going to go, so I'm keep going, I mean. So yeah, that's the takeaway. 8 o'clock is still not early enough. And I normally would start right on daylight, but yeah, like I said, this wasn't planned to be here today. Anyway, I'll survive. Definitely thirsty. I didn't bring any water, but I mean, I know I can get out. before I die. But yeah, it's definitely yeah, I don't know. It's not that humid, it's just really hot and somehow making me sweat. But anyway, slight breeze, but not enough. It's all good. Beautiful views, but really can't complain. I wonder how often people actually walk the whole rim of this, because it is so long. But if this is the one time I'm ever going to do it, I'd rather do it right. That's my motto every time. You know, it's not that I wouldn't do it again, it's just it's so far. If I lived local, I'd probably do it again. And like I said, camp up here, do a sunrise, sunset, but I wouldn't drive back here just for this. Unfortunately, even though it's so good, yeah, so much more to do. I don't know if these wallabies are eating the prickly pear cactus, getting some moisture, water out of that. But seriously, I don't know how they can live, because the grass is so dead. You're not getting any moisture, any water out of it, so I don't know what they're eating. These green leaves, but barely anything. Anyway, that's for them to worry about. I'm not sure if wallabies dig looking for water. I don't really think there's any wombats here, but anyway, some random holes. Pretty dry out in the plains. Alright, nearly there, 3/4. It's that first bit, because then they have the gap between the other one shuts over. Alright, so I checked my map and I've calculated to be about 15 k's actually this whole loop, so that's why it's taken so long. But that's alright, we'll enjoy it. That's 15 from the car pretty much, like down, up, around, back, yeah. Alright, got the last little stretch. Looks like actually the rock juts out a bit, look at that, little fucking random little plateau bit. It just kind of juts out shorter. As we just walked all the way around, how fucking awesome. Pretty good accomplishment to say that I've walked on the whole top of the thing. So yeah, let's keep going. We're not done yet. 3/4 loop done. You can see the road went out way down there that we're going to get down to after. You could just abseil off this cliff if you don't, but not possible. Well, possible, but not. Alright, try and get around to this bit of rock. Bit of a jut out. Look at that. It's kind of a bad thing about it. If you did drive in here, park down there, and if you camped on this plateau looking out, you can watch your car the whole night pretty much. But yeah, if you've already walked on the other side, then you don't really care. Yeah, it's just food for thought. People probably do that. I mean, there's no gate on the national park gate. It was just a bit of wire you could open, so they probably aren't coming down here and checking very often anyway. I'm pretty sure locals that have done it once have figured out, like, yep, next time we'll just drive it, which they probably fucking do. I would, now that I know. Alright, the final little bit. Check this out. This is a water container, what the fuck? It's this weed spray pack. What the fuck? Why would they be spraying weeds up here? And then why would they leave it so it gets disintegrated? That is bizarre. Huh. Unless he was carrying a huge water pack. Nah, he wouldn't carry it like that, it's fucking weird. Righto. This is where I reckon people have tried to come up, but they realised the last bit you just can't get up it. Yeah. Well, kudos to them. Because theoretically, like, if you could get up that, you come from the car, from the road, it's a much shorter walk. If you just wanted to get up here and just be here, not go up the other end. But again, that would be people that have already done it once and have gone, huh, let's try it another way. Look at that. That looks like some Colorado shit right there. Just the shade and the shape of those lines. That's crazy. Pretty much here, I'm just shortcutting to the side because I wanted to look at that fucking awesome lookout. And we'll get back up the end there. Start looping back. Definitely no water source up here. I don't know what these wallabies do. So yeah, that's that no-name hill. There's a fucking phone tower. Yeah, and there's the highway. Well, not the highway, but the main road we parked on, which we're around the other side. Fuck, it'd be good if you just shortcut off here, eh? It's just not possible. Not possible. Well, we made it. The far fucking other end. Now look at that, you've got a, looks like a wallaby track that's running straight up it. So you could almost get up that. Like, it's only that one bit where it's dark, looks vertical. If you somehow manage to get up that 1 metre, I think that's your hardest fucking hurdle. So, yeah. But you can see the sheer size of the walls now with this fire up next to it. There's just no way. No way, I don't think. That's just too, I think that's too hectic. You got to get off this first. You couldn't even go it from this way. You have to come from down there to start with, come up this gully, and then try your luck. Like I said, I could walk around it for fun, but there's a lot of bushes and I think you'd be sinking in there anyway. So I think it's not really any point. It'd be interesting to do. Like again, if I lived in the area, want something to do, I'd come back, go up from this valley, do a loop, go down again. That's not going to happen today. Being 12 o'clock now, we won't get out for another hour, probably, maybe an hour and a half. So I loop back, it probably takes half an hour, 40 minutes back to the junction. Depends how much time we spend at this cave, if we find the cave. I don't know how there's a cave up here, I really don't, but we'll find out. Yeah, and then probably nearly 40 minutes of walk back on this fucking road. Even though it's just there, we're gonna do a fucking loop. Oh, there's a car pulled in down to the fucking near the rest stop. Yeah, but pretty fucking cool. Alright, let's continue. Alright, so apparently I misread. The pin for the cave is actually back near the start. It's on this side of the box, but closer to the other side of the cliff. So we're just going to walk back to where we first got our viewpoints on this side. So we do a full loop, then we'll cut back through, try to find the cave on the way back to the exit. That's what we'll do. That's if it's not marked wrong. Maybe the cave was meant to be that rock wall below where we already walked past, in which case we've seen it. I don't know. We'll find out. First priority is 3Ks back this way, probably. No, I don't know. A bit of a ways, we've got to loop right around. This is going to get more and more incredible. Just fucking sick. Just pulled some fucking little tiny cactus hairs out. I don't know how I bumped into it, but I did. As we're coming around, it looks like we're back to nearly where we were at the start, but we're not. We're going to get around past that fucking corner. But then we're at where we were. And then we've got to cross back overland. Alright, well the views are much the same, but for the point of just completing the loop, I might as well just finish it instead of cheating and just shortcutting straight out, which is what maybe some people might do, but yeah, enjoy it. These little bugs, the bzzz, I don't know what they are. Shout out in the comments if you know what the insect is. They love really dry grass, I know that. That's where they seem to always be. Once these wallabies is hanging out waiting for it to rain so they get water in these top of these creeks. Here we have another waterfall dropping off. We didn't see this before because we have still started further around. Yeah, it's a big drop, obviously. Alright, it's taken fucking 45 minutes to get from the end to nearly to where we got to join up with. Definitely thirsty, definitely regret not bringing some water now. But I also didn't realise it's 15 Ks, I didn't double check the map, I just kind of thought, oh yeah, 4. I normally look at this before I start, but today was such a, like I said, unorganised morning because due to the stuff around. That's alright. I really wish I'd done this in winter actually. I was trying to get up here in June, July, it just never happened, and I thought, oh I better go, it's the end of September, running out of the right weather before it gets too hot. I'll tell you what, it's already too hot, it's just crazy. I mean, we were getting 30 degrees in Brisbane during winter anyway, so I should have known. That's alright, nothing that's going to kill me. So, nearly at our next little bit, we've got to get around this little bit of this corner, and then we should just see the finish line in sight, and we'll just cross back over the same way we come. And then we'll find this cave. So yeah, it's been over 4 hours now. Nearly 4.5. This is our corner. Pretty epic little spot. We'll have a look right over here before we detour back. So this will be the last different angle we're going to get. So when we first had our first views this morning, it was this way. Well, the second views technically. And that whole side was hidden because of this corner. Now we're at that corner. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Boom. We started somewhere halfway along there. Should have come here straight away. This would have been a better lookout spot. I think they marked their pin wrong. This gives you both angles. This would have been way better. The whole thing was worth walking anyway. Seen a few more kangaroos or wallabies hopping away from me. Can almost get down that, but you can't. It'd be cool if you had a drone up here on you. Yeah, hot, 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 flies, 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 loving it. Alright, so we're finally back at the starting the loop. Now we're cutting back through the middle. It's taken an hour from that end to here and probably took an extra 15-20 minutes up the other end, so nearly 3 hours to loop the entire top if you follow the entire edge, not just cut on angles, because the thing goes wider in certain bits, it goes around. And that will take a bit more time, so that's what I've done. If you just walked in a straight line from end to end, probably could do it, I don't know, 40. Yeah. Anyway, we're now trying to find this pin for the cave. If it's not there, I'm going to assume that it's the one below, and then we'll be going down. And I can't wait to drink 4 litres of water. Ew! So, yeah, the fact that I've done this and now it's 1 o'clock, I still estimated an hour to get out. That is quite much longer than I expected for the whole thing. But hey, compared to the other peaks, they're shorter. So this is the longest, technically hardest. Wolfgang's shorter, but it's just more sketchy. That's the trade-off. But anyway, this is what it is. Alright, so I'm walking, it's supposed to be this way, so we're going to go slightly back. Unfortunately a little bit, but not much. It's only about 10 metres I think past where we started, believe it or not. Back at the box. Soon. Alright, see you up here. Alright, so just as I thought, there can't really be a cave because it's fucking flat, so I've walked back here for nothing, this extra bit. More wasted time. Oh well. Now I'll flip that out of mind. So I don't know if they're trying to talk about the cave below, but they just pinned it wrong. Alright. Finding our exit down. Finally. Let's get up here. Alright, so I'm trying to cut down one of the earlier tracks that were marked on Gaia. So far it's been pretty slippery, fucking steep, so I'm glad I didn't come up this. There's a lot of scratchy shit you're just trying to avoid. Looks like there's a couple of tracks. One's gone further left, one's kind of cut right. It's much for muchness. Yeah, fun times. Bringing out all the bottles on the way because I'm a good bloke. Look at this, it's like a fucking slide. It's like going up fucking, what you call, Flinders Peaks, fucking Gulman, whatever it is, I don't know. One of them with the super slick fucking rock slide. I hope it's going to get me out of the bottom. I don't want to be trapped in shit, but at least it's not scratchy. Yeah, stake your poison. Fucking hell, you don't want to roll your ankle. This I've already had a stuffed up calf from this exact same situation before, but 40 kilos hit the back of my leg and it did not end well. Had to limp out 5k's and somehow couldn't walk for 2 weeks, so fun times. I'm going to be extra careful. Anything's big, I'm just going to make sure I don't touch it. So it's got a bit of a track cutting in. I don't know if that's the way or if I should keep going down. I'm looking at the map. I think I found that cave way up on the side of the hill there. Yeah. How the fuck you get to that? That was random. Look, I've somehow just zigzagged. I'm not even really following the track. I'm just kind of going wherever I think now to get down. You can see I've got a bit more of a grass spur. I'm just kind of rolling with this, literally with the rocks and rolling. Hopefully I'll cut out and hopefully it'll get me not far from where I need to be. I'll reassess the road angle once I get down to a flatter section down there. If I hit any of the thick creek stuff, I should keep cutting on the left angle, would be smart, as we need to head left to get out anyway. I can't see the road on that angle, so that would make more sense. So the more I curve, the better it is. So yeah, soon we'll be out. Really been a great hike, but I am done with it because I'm so thirsty. Alright, well, managed to just wing it across the grass, got down to this creek. I think this is the creek you're meant to come in. I've just joined another branch which bends left. I feel like most people would have followed it left. I didn't find the way to come down. I was looking at the start to try to follow the other branch of this creek down, but it just, yeah, I don't know, the ribbon stopped and I don't know, I just kind of pushed away on an angle I thought. But anyway, nearly at the road. I think the road is just there. Looks like we see a bit of fence, if I'm correct. So this is really how you would start it. You just look for this creek on the road and go up it. Anyway, at least I've half figured it out on the way out, but still, you're going to get lost because there's multiple little gullies and you say follow the creek and you think you're on it and then you're not. That's definitely a fence. And that'll be the road, thank God. Oh, finally a track. Dehydrated is an understatement. Oh well, I got myself to blame for that. All good. I'll be air-conned and watered up before you know it. Someone painted a blue bit on that rock. So, yeah, this is your start. Okay, it's a big fucking fence with not many posts. What the fuck? Alrighty, well, I hope you enjoyed this journey. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell to get notified of all the new misadventures. And catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Blue skies. Not even a cloud, one cloud there.